Welcome everybody, here's your Strategy Wolf and welcome back to Victoria 3, welcome back to our Mexican Republic in 1858 of course, and welcome back to our aging President Lucas Alaman, who kept the country in kinda good shape for quite a long time and surprisingly stable and surprisingly happy. However, we've been inviting, or he came to us, let's say, came this man here from Bolivia, Federico de la Santa Cruz, and he is supported or part of our intelligentsia, and he pushed forward towards homesteading. And that's what we're gonna do. We're enacting homesteading to, change a little bit the situation of our poor people or the dependent farmers, also to weaken, of course, our landowners on the long term, since we, once again, the long-term goal would be to change to, let's say, I always called it a happy-go-lucky hippie republic, based a little bit on agriculture, not on too much industrialization, since the territory allow not for the best industrialization efforts. However, we shall see how this goes. At the moment, we're definitely enacting this. The Catholic Church turned out really unhappy with this, but I hope they're gonna lose that. That's the reason why we're also heavily in deficit with the authority over here. Yeah. Doesn't help with the opposition groups, and also it helps a lot, or it doesn't help a lot in terms of the radicals. We of course could try to get something, could try to fight it. Let's have a quick look. I mean, we could, the easiest way probably is to cut some consumption tax. And since we're making a really solid plus right now, and porcelain is giving us such a little extra, I'm happy to get rid of that. Tobacco and coffee, let me know what you think about that, but I'm trying to tax it here since we have it very cheap, and then I also try to, maybe then my pops consume it a little bit less, so we have more for export. That's the idea behind that, so for this reason I'm gonna get rid of the consumption tax for transport over here. Let's see, we are now just slightly in the minus and trying to keep this up, and let's see how this develops. Apart from this, we of course extending our constructions. Let's have a quick look what... Oh, some about to install some industry over here. Yeah, interesting, let's see. I've been actually on a little trip for the last week, so I haven't been in the area. Wait, the United States took on the debt of the Papal State. Very interesting. While, San Marco has expanded here into Emilia. Very interesting, okay. What I'm saying is, forgive me if I forgot a little bit of details here and there, since the last recording is over 10 days ago. However, I'm quite excited to get back in, and I was missing this game. So yeah, and I got some nice feedback from you guys that you and new people seem to enjoy this, so I'm really happy about it. And yeah, we're definitely gonna finish also. Apart from this, of course, we've had our expansion going on, but you know the problem. When we want to expand here, the US is going to join, and definitely then they will ask for a state, or we can sway them to help us with a state. So we have been wondering how we do that. Okay, we've got an achievement. I think I've got it several times, but yeah. Our metalwork corporation is getting bigger. Nice to see. And it's not that urgent right now since we have the biggest states in. I mean, Costa Rica would be quite interesting, to be honest. Is there any chance to accept 1%? Yeah. I mean, we do have, don't forget, we do have actually defensive pacts with the French and the Russians. So we, to preserve, let's say, Arizona, Utah... I mean, Colorado really nobody cares for. To preserve those, our belongings here in the Northwest, we are quite sure, secure right now, as long as they defend us. I mean, we have 22 battalions, 92, 250, and they have 115. I mean, alone we have no chance, then absolutely no chance versus the US. But it's also okay, you don't need, in my opinion... You don't really need the Northern American provinces. Of course, they are nice, especially California or Texas, but you can also, I think, have a fun game in the core area. And as you see, I'm trying to also expand a little bit southward. We could actually reduce the autonomy a bit. They will accept, and let's do that actually. With Nicaragua as well. What is Honduras right now? They are a Dominion, so let's make them a puppet. And we've got repeaters. The repeater allows the firing of several cartridges in between reloading, which in turn leads to a greater rate of fire. Alright, then let's have a look. By the way, we can, since we're building steel mills, let's get them definitely up. And we have one arms industry, and I think then let's get also the repeaters out. Oh no, they're not yet. We need the steel first, which we don't have in the market right now. So no, we can wait for that. Over here, by the way, slaughterhouses. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Why haven't we moved the slaughterhouse? Because it really looks bad, or? I mean, it would provide us with a lot more fertilizer and meat. I mean, the tool and sure, this is... Understand. Let's wait a bit maybe until we have the first steel mills out, and maybe can also switch towards steel tools and have more of those. How does our grain production look like since... Oh, yeah, since it was warning also that the price for grain goes up super high. Also, wood is quite expensive right now. But we're building further grain farms, as you see. Mice farms. Maybe we can actually keep on doing this at somewhere else. Already log them in. Maybe over here in Veracruz 3 times. Oaxaca a little bit, yeah. It doesn't hurt us in the end. It's like here, Bajío also, yeah. A little bit mice farms, and then I'll also go maybe build some more wood where it makes sense. Yucatan is already doing that also, so anyways we're going to 15 here, I think. And Jalisco to 10. A Catholic Church petition government. Oh god, that is really bad. Landed voting. Representing his constituents in the Catholic Church, Lucas Alaman has issued a formal petition to the Mexican government to pass landed voting. One last matter for the day, sir. Members of your constituency arrived this morning. They're asking rather loudly and insistently if you would meet with them about new legislation. Is that it? Goodness, you seem as if you've seen a ghost. I'm sure I can spare the last hours of light for them, can't I? I believe so, sir. They weren't taking no for an answer. Yeah, in the next 5 years they want landed voting, and otherwise they will go to -20. Ooh, they're getting actually, it's getting worse down here. We maybe have to have a look at the Catholic Church soon. Let's say I'm not a big fan, to be honest, of these government petitions. They're too strong. You can't do anything about it, and they come in so heavy, like with 20, and it's so random in my opinion. I see the point maybe, but nah, to be honest, also not fully. And there have been reports of Pablo Arista, leader of the trade unions, not attending meetings or fulfilling his obligations. We can no longer ignore this absence. Arista barely even responds when we call his name. A blank stare. He almost doesn't blink. Let's go for a walk. We tell him, and he nods in silence. In silence, we walk. Well, he seems to be a little bit of a weirdo. Do we like him actually? Is he not so popular, but he's a Democrat. Yeah, I don't know if we get a new one. If he dies. Question is who we get. If no, communist probably not yet. Then let's actually go for it. Oh, and he likes it way more. Ooh, that was a good exchange, I assume. And oh, because he is a land reformer. How lovely. This is really nice for us. However, yeah, the situation here with the Catholic Church is for sure not nice for us. We have another event, tons of events coming in. Confusion and delay. Supporters of homesteading among the intelligentsia, headed by Federico de la Santa Cruz, have questioned the government publicly on the amount of time that is required in order for the law to pass. The government is, at this time, carrying out an atrocity through old bureaucracy. It favors procedure over lives, paperwork over hunger. How many people need to suffer for the sake of the feeling for some government functionaries who have never felt a speck of hunger in their lives? Documents can wait, ladies and gentlemen, but the people suffering cannot. Yeah. More authority. More radicalism and support for this doesn't hurt us. Well, only if we can't really push it through. Or less enactment time. Nah, to be honest, the bill will be passed when the process is completed. I like it. Yeah, more authority helps us out actually over here, and the investment pool is empty. That's why we are suddenly in the minus again. For 100, we really don't get nice taxes in. Well, we have to survive for a while like this. Oh, by the way, let's have a look. A steel mill was completed as far as I remember. Didn't we build it here? Let's have a quick look. Steel. In Sinaloa. Ah, yeah. Okay, and we're producing some. And maybe in this case... Nah, this is gonna be too too heavy, And also they gotta build up. Let's see. This will take some time, but... Yeah, it will be nice. We're building over here logging camps also. That's nice. We're extending a bit our coal mines. And we're at 30 yeah, our GDP is going up smoothly. By the way, don't forget that Tahiti also joined our market. And we can reduce Nicaragua's autonomy, making them to a puppet as well, I assume. Yes, which allows us to integrate them also. Yeah, which makes me aware of Costa Rica's situation once again, but right now... Yeah, I'd rather stabilize and get... Yeah, stabilize. I mean, looks quite stable right now internally. Depending on the Catholic Church, how they're gonna act. And on the US, of course. Check out the trade routes in the meantime if anything is not really working nicely. Yeah, let's not export. If it's too expensive. Yeah, the groceries we can eat at home ourselves too. The rest, yeah, just for the moment is fine. We need the baseline supply of the motors and so forth from France. It's going to be helpful. Oh, and we passed another. Went up to 43% and went to study already. That's good. Yeah, we've been enjoying a couple of years of really political stability, which is atypical for Mexico, I assume. Especially if you have a look, check out my start episode if you haven't yet, the epilogue, where the prologue, pardon me, where I talk about also the history of Mexico a bit, which seemed to have been like a terribly brutal and rebellious time, but also due to the brutal American-Mexican War, which didn't take place so far in this shape. But alright, let's see. Family always comes first. A court clash over homesteading erupts between a few families. The early bird homesteaders each claim the same land in Rio Grande. The dispute has called the legislation into question. 3 claims, all issued by the same office, crossed the magistrate's desk. The details were correct, all 3 had legal writs on the same plot of land. Each bore a different signature. The magistrate knew 10 strokes of those clerks well. Surely there was a mistake. Though such a simple explanation wouldn't satisfy the wild looks in the family matriarch's eyes. Uh-huh. The roll fog is like super small right now, yeah. I think we're gonna go for this since we're actually also the kind of conservative government and we're not enacting this very happily. So find the LSTs, the government. Me as a player, yes, the government doesn't enact it very happily. So we give it to the the earliest signee and grant them the land. Yeah, this is something we have to slowing down and the lower chances we have to take into account, or we have to accept that there's no other way. And when I was just so happy about our financial situation in the beginning, now it's suddenly like falling apart again. Ah yeah, because we're not having any private buildings right now, that's the reason why. But as you see, the GDP is growing slowly, and we're expanding here our textile mills in Mexico City. Yeah, I think textile industry is something we can definitely focus on. And we do need, don't forget, we need 20 or 30, 50, we need 50 urban center size here in Mexico City, so yeah, we should also build most of our things here. Which is the most profitable one right now? It is the textile mill. So maybe we'll add even 2 more. Or like, let's bring it up to 8 in long term. I think just Sonora is working with iron frame, okay. And we researched quinine. Isolation of quinine allows to be used as most effective medicine against the harsh effects of malaria. Not really relevant for us at the moment. Nevertheless. And here, guys, yeah, -2 each month. This is good. So we're doing -24 a year. Wow, it still takes a lot of time to go down until we finally get the Caudillo age out, or where we can basically rely back on our armed forces. We gold discovered in Mexico and in Colorado. Yeah, this time because Colorado is pretty isolated. I don't want them to move there. So for this reason, I'm not gonna go for the. Not gonna go here for the yeah, migration. Actually, I just realized that it looks like we do have quite like it's incorporated California. I didn't know. That's interesting. So now it's actually, yeah, nicely working place. We do have migration coming from where? Guatemala, but only from Mexico. But we do have almost 50% Mexicans here. Okay, interesting. And having an event also in Nevada. The use of extreme force is becoming increasingly common among police officers in Nevada. The working class and the social conscious are rallying against the police as an institution. I know this event kind of, and yeah, it's always the same. And I think we cannot tolerate this behavior, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, brings us to the 10 with the intelligentsia, and the trade union stays, yeah. While here we get armed forces and petit bourgeois. No, we cannot tolerate this behavior. We anyways a little bit in the minus in bureaucracy, so it's okay for me to go back a little bit with the police force here. It's not that relevant right now. Will also hopefully help us out with some taxes. Talking about taxes, do we have somewhere problems? Oh yeah, actually a lot of places. Maybe just over the long term, where we have the least unrealized tax, let's get out some government buildings. Maybe those above -20 and the rest can be done long term. Schaumburg-Lippe is... why Schaumburg-Lippe, isn't it really? That has been taken over by Great Britain, okay. Compromising the people. Representatives of the Catholic Church and the government have demanded several compromises in the enactment of homesteading. These measures have already been condemned by supporters of Federico de la Santa Cruz as corrosive to the reform as a whole. The word of a mob in the street will not change the nature of the national interest. We have chosen to stand by our principles and avert this government from making a terrible mistake. That is it all, and there is all there will ever be. Yeah, we can get the support. For one, yeah, okay, De La Santa Cruz will complain, but we will act, we'll give some setback. Sounds a little bit weird, but we have a higher enactment chance. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for this, I think. 2 more setbacks we could take, and yeah, with 48%, I mean, the chance is quite high that we're not gonna get it through next time. Aha, they're embargoing us, okay, interesting. Do we have any trade going on with the US at the moment? Nope. But was there... Oh. Market access. Oh. Nevada and Guerrero. Oh, this is quite a big one. I mean, Nevada I don't care, but Guerrero with... there's the coal mines, right? Yeah. And we're even expanding, so for this, then we definitely need another port over here. So this should be also prioritized. And we're rivals again. Yoo-hoo! Oh, we kept being rivals anyways. '66, this old man. He's really like such a good president for the people so far, despite being from the Conservative Party. GDP growing, population growing. Okay, radicals growing. Yeah, but these might be in the upper class. Let's have a quick look what we could do to satisfy them afterwards. We do already have maybe this. We do have already both religious schools and health system. This is of course strengthening the church a lot, but we will see. We do have census suffrage, which is of course, especially I think once this is passed, then the census suffrage combination with homesteading will lead to a bigger or like stronger power of the middle class. Maybe that's at least my interpretation, or the lower classes also. From the heart of the sea. A new admiral has presented himself at the ports of Jalisco, cheerfully acclaimed by his peers. However, the nephew of Venustiano de Cos has also postulated that he is the most profound interest in the same title. Okay. There are stories, if one pays attention, that sound so impossible that they should belong in a novel. There was a kid, the sailors say, that started his life in a whaler and was one of the 8 men who managed to return from a terrible, terrible trip. For years, no one knew there he was. He wouldn't talk, refused to look a man in the eye. He then served in 6 different whalers and brought them all home safe and sound. Yeah, we definitely don't want. I mean, even it would be nice to get some approval, but no, we definitely don't want more land over an interest group attraction. So, yeah, also trade unions. I don't know, but at the moment, rather these guys. Since on the long term we want a little bit of shift towards, yeah, let's say, away from the old ruling class. Yeah, this is gonna be a really a bad one. Yeah, this is maybe we can at least try to act it and then get the just time runs out bonus, but I'm not sure. Can't we really? Maybe we should just, on long term, also moderate him or just hope on him dying. Oh, this sounds like hard when he's the... when he's the president. Well, at the moment we can't grant him anything like concessions since he's the president. That's apparently the problem. So we have to see how we're gonna deal with them, or worst case we run into some kind of revolution by the church. Let's see. Bureaucratic imbroglio. Lawmakers working towards the enactment of homesteading have found themselves mirrored in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to near a halt. Yeah, these is like the reoccurring events we have every single game. I don't want to like reread this right now, everything. So, fortunately we have to go for this one, I feel like. 39% is good, but 20% extra enactment time will go. Yeah, but I also don't want to have further bureaucracy costs and so forth. Not more radicals. Yeah. But come on, guys. It could have also, like, there were already 2 hits on 49%, and of course it didn't go through. Sometimes... At least reduce the autonomy of Guatemala también, yeah. Reuben Custis, okay. Southern planters. Do Americans still have slavery? Probably, right? I didn't see... I mean, these days it's not necessarily... Yep. It's not necessarily happening that there's a civil war, which is sad, yeah. Given that, like, I've spent a lot of time with the Civil War. Check out my channel for more, of course. But, yeah, I really hope, I guess, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a huge, or like one day there's going to be the Americas or Northern America DLC that will bring spice to a kind of inevitable civil war, but that maybe at the moment it's just, the mechanics don't allow for a really interesting one, I would say, so maybe it's okay, but yeah. Or maybe we'll see one too. To be honest, in one of my last single-player games I saw Syndicate and Theocracy in America, so you never know. You never know. Oil and artillery input, yeah, this is not tragic at the moment. No, low standard of living, sure. Oh, and we can map the Oh god, I hit it already. I think this will cost us... Oh gosh, this will cost us a lot of a government expense. Oh, this is good. I thought it's gonna be bureaucracy. I didn't actually want to do this, but apparently we're gonna map the American West. Yeah, why not? In the moment it makes sense. Do we have a researcher? An adventurer? I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it. So he's good in woodlands and in the mountains, right? No, not the mountains, but okay. General Enrique de Costa. It's the new man, right? Ah. So let's go. You're intelligent. You can do this. To be honest, I'm not really sure what I can get from this. What? Way to fascism? Okay, this is interesting. Maybe it's a new mod thing from Max that I haven't seen yet. Sounds interesting. Or not really, but yeah. To be honest, I'm not sure what this will help us because, yeah, for the US, if you really map the western frontier nicely, you can get these Oregon exchange to get Washington Oregon by event. But how this is going to be, I don't know. All right, partisan papers. We have elections coming up. Interesting. Party-affiliated newspapers have been proliferating during this election season. Publications associated with the liberal press have been particularly effective in spreading the party line. Read all about it. Honest politicians attacked by shameless cowards. Leading candidate for office issues heartwarming appeal to the common man's heart. Man on campaign trail pets a puppy. Read all about it. A lot of stuff going on. Okay, we can go. The Liberal Party has used the papers brilliantly, getting momentum for the Liberal Party. Paper misthroughput, definitely not, so we don't have that many of them. Or we can hurt them, but I will rather help them, I guess. Let's have a quick look. Oh, it's a tough race. So I think the momentum will actually... Ooh. Let's try it. And a circular expedition. The expedition of the map west has been traveling in circles. Enrique de Cos can either pick a random direction and push on, or wait for night to fall and use the stars as a guide. I recognized the markings that we had left on a triangular shaped rock. We kept walking as I decided to not mention them, but not for the whispers among the members and the unsettling eyes. I was sure that they also knew. We walked through the forest like autumn leaves, broken branches, unscared for stray animals. Those kids in fairy tales sent to the woods by evil stepmothers. A circle is a circle is a circle. Push on. Or wait for the nightfall. Come on, let's try our luck. Push on. Hopelessly lost, of course. Only gaining peril, but okay. So I was just thinking maybe it's time to end the episode, but now we have the interesting election coming up, so I definitely want to observe the outcome of that one. Yeah, plus 10, and they're going... it's really a tough race. A divided country for sure, yeah. So, yeah, they're building... Tooling workshops in Sonora, okay, why not? Some tooling somewhere is nice. Swollen River. The expedition members came across a river that is bursting at the banks. They can go try to raft across, which would be quick but dangerous. Alternatively, they could search for a more suitable place to cross, though this could take some time. A brief landscape captured the moment that found us. The bold grace, the prospective river trapped in a cage of violent impetus. These wandering trees carried away decapitated, sometimes some type of animal, otherwise alone. Yeah, and once again, let's gamble. Capsized raft. Unfortunately, the expedition's raft capsized while crossing the river and several supplies were lost. Super. The water was too fast, we only just made it to the other bank and we were the lucky ones. One the other raft went under the waters. The last thing I saw of my brother was the rapid swallowing his hand. Unfortunate, okay. Well, this doesn't look like a... Medium peril, must be careful, well... I don't know if this expedition is going to be successful, but we're waiting actually for the elections to come in. 10 days to go. Well... Normally I'm not that closely monitoring these elections, so I'm actually extra happy about it this time. And we do have the results. We have 52.9% for the Conservatives, while 47% for the Liberal Party. Yeah. Let's have a look what this means for us, basically. So Alaman is still confirmed in the end. Yeah, and we still have this, what I've been like cheating on, let's say, that they want to join, but they cannot because of the caudillos, you know, the move, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, we can't really bring them into government, which is okay, and they are getting really unhappy slowly. That is not good. Maybe we can moderate this character, but it looks like Alaman goes for another term. Okay, let's maybe actually wait also for the last hit here. And of course, 40% no hit, and we get political imprisonment. Let's do this as the last thing for this episode. Federico de la Santa Cruz and his supporters have publicly petitioned at a prison in Chiapas for the release of a pro-homesteading protester held there on charges of disorderly conduct. The prisoner sat in his lightless cell, staring lightlessly at the wall. The voices were beginning to carve through his mind again, repeating his name over and over again, giving voice to his torment. He closed his eyes and covered his ears, bidding his to stop. Only when blissful silence finally fell over him, he did realize that the chants were not coming from within his head at all. Justice over imprisonment. I think so. Enactment chance. Come on, let's go. And yeah, as I said, like, this is going to be the last move of this very episode. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think about this tight presidential race in the last election. Yeah, let me know how you would proceed. We are getting really dangerously close to -10 over him, so they would maybe radicalize. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Nevertheless, I'm still hopeful for the future, and somehow I'm also back at a really, really high income. Is it coming from... I'm actually not even sure how minting affects us when they don't have full infrastructure access. Well, I don't know if you know, let me know in the comments also. And of course, if you haven't yet, it would be amazing if you leave me a like and subscription to push the channel a bit. It costs you nothing, while it makes me very happy. So thank you very much for this. And of course, more importantly, see you next time in the next episode by your Strategy Wolf.